Have you ever wondered what consciousness really is? It's a question that has piqued the curiosity of philosophers, scientists, and thinkers from all walks of life for generations. The concept of consciousness is as intriguing as it is complex. It's a state of being aware, the ability to think, perceive, and interpret the world around us. But it's not just about being awake or responsive. No, it's much more than that. Consciousness is like a filter, a lens through which we perceive our own existence. It's a deeply personal and subjective experience, unique to each individual. Your consciousness is your own private theater, playing out the drama of your life, a constant stream of thoughts, feelings, perceptions, and memories. It's what allows you to experience the sweetness of a ripe peach, the vibrancy of a sunset, the exhilaration of a roller coaster ride. But consciousness isn't just about experiencing the world. It's also about how we interpret those experiences. It's the inner dialogue that accompanies our every action, the silent voice that comments on our thoughts, reflecting on our past, planning our future. It's the sense of self that emerges from this ongoing narrative, the I that we refer to when we think about who we are. Yet, despite its profound significance in our lives, consciousness remains one of the greatest mysteries of science. How does a 3-pound mass of gray matter give rise to the rich tapestry of human experience? How does the brain generate consciousness? And perhaps most intriguingly, can consciousness exist outside of the brain? These questions and many more have yet to be answered, but rest assured, we're not here to leave you hanging. Instead, we're embarking on a journey into the heart of consciousness and reality. We'll explore the science behind consciousness, delve into the concept of reality, and examine how these two intersect. We'll look at the theories that attempt to explain consciousness and reality, and consider the unanswered questions that future research might address. So buckle up, it's going to be a fascinating ride. Stay with us as we delve deeper into the mystery of consciousness and reality. Do you know that there is a science behind consciousness? Yes, indeed, the realm of consciousness isn't just a philosophical or abstract idea, it actually has a concrete scientific foundation. Our consciousness, the subjective experience of being aware and able to think, is believed to be a product of our brain's complex processes. It's like an intricate symphony with various parts of the brain playing their individual roles, yet all harmonizing to create our conscious experiences. The prefrontal cortex, often referred to as the CEO of the brain, plays a major role. It's responsible for high-level functions like decision-making, problem-solving, and more importantly, self-awareness. This part of the brain helps us understand that we exist, that we are separate from others, and that we can ponder our own thoughts. Then there's the thalamus, the brain's relay station. It's like a grand central station for sensory information. Every sight, sound, smell, taste, and touch we experience passes through the thalamus before reaching the respective areas of the brain. It's a crucial player in our conscious awareness of the world around us. But it's not just about individual parts of the brain. Consciousness arises from the interaction between different brain areas. This is known as the global workspace theory. Imagine the brain as a theater with different actors, brain regions, contributing to the overall performance, conscious experience. Many scientists also believe that consciousness is not an all-or-nothing phenomenon. Rather, it exists on a continuum, varying in degrees based on our alertness and awareness. From deep sleep to being fully awake and focused, our consciousness shifts and changes like a kaleidoscope of mental experiences. Remember to like and subscribe to our strangely mysterious channel for more interesting content. We will continue to delve into the depths of consciousness and other fascinating topics. So, the science behind consciousness is complex and still not fully understood. It's a puzzle that scientists are still trying to solve, piece by piece. But one thing is clear, our consciousness, our very sense of being, is a remarkable product of our brain's intricate workings. Let's see how this connects to the concept of reality. What do you understand by reality? Reality, in the simplest terms, is the state of things as they exist. Not as they may seem or as we might want them to be. It's the universe in its raw, unfiltered form. But here's where it gets a bit more complex. Our perception plays a significant role in shaping what we consider our reality. Imagine you're in a room with a red apple. You see the apple as red because your eyes perceive a certain wavelength of light reflecting off the apple, and your brain interprets that as red. But what if someone else's brain interprets that same wavelength differently? Their reality of the apple's color could be entirely different from yours. Our brains are essentially reality engines, constantly interpreting data from our senses and constructing a version of reality that makes sense to us. We perceive the world not as it is, but as we are. This means our realities are subject to our beliefs, biases, and experiences. Let's take this a step further. Consider a dream. While you're in the midst of a dream, everything seems as real as it does when you're awake. You can feel emotions, pain, joy, and everything in between. But once you wake up, you realize it was all just a fabrication of your mind. So, was that dream any less real while you were experiencing it? Reality, as we can see, isn't just an external state of affairs, it's a deeply personal and subjective experience. It's a dance between the world out there and our inner world of thoughts, feelings, and perceptions. This understanding of reality prompts us to question the nature of our existence and our place in the universe. It challenges us to explore the depths of our consciousness and to seek answers to the very questions that define us as sentient beings. This brings us to the intersection of consciousness and reality. How does our consciousness interact with reality? Now, there's a question that's been puzzling philosophers, scientists, and curious minds alike since time immemorial. Let's dive into the crux of the matter. Our consciousness, the internal dialogue that seems to guide our every action, our every thought, our every feeling, it's not simply a passive observer, no, it's more like a master puppeteer, pulling the strings, shaping our very understanding of what we perceive as reality. You see, our consciousness doesn't just exist within reality, it actively engages with it, constructs it. It's like a painter in front of a blank canvas, creating a world from a palette of sensory information. Our senses capture the world around us, and our consciousness translates these raw data into a coherent story. So, in a very real sense, our consciousness is the author of our reality. But here's the catch. Different authors can write different stories from the same set of facts. Similarly, our consciousness can interpret the same sensory information in vastly different ways. That's why reality can appear so subjective, so personal. It's because it's not just shaped by the world outside us, but also by the world within us, by our very consciousness. So our consciousness and reality, they're not two separate entities, they're more like two sides of the same coin, constantly interacting, constantly influencing each other. It's like a never-ending dance, each moving in rhythm with the other, each shaping the other. Now let's take a moment to appreciate the beauty of this intricate dance. And while you're at it, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our strangely mysterious channel. We've got plenty more thought-provoking content lined up for you. Now let's explore some theories that attempt to explain these concepts. Each theory offers a unique perspective, a different lens through which to view the fascinating intersection of consciousness and reality. So, buckle up, folks. We're about to dive deep into the rabbit hole of the mind. Are there theories that can explain these complex concepts, you might ask? Indeed, there are several theories out there that attempt to explain the perplexing phenomena of consciousness and reality. But remember, these are just theories, and while they offer substantial insights, they are far from definitive answers. One such theory is the quantum theory of consciousness, also known as orchestrated objective reduction, or ORCH-OR, proposed by mathematical physicist Sir Roger Penrose and anesthesiologist Stuart Hameroff. This theory suggests that consciousness is a result of quantum computations occurring within the microtubules in our brain cells. In essence, it proposes that consciousness is deeply connected with the fundamental workings of the universe at a quantum level. The quantum theory of consciousness makes some bold claims, not least of which is the idea that consciousness is a part of the universe, just like space and time. It suggests that consciousness is not a byproduct of complex computation, but rather a fundamental aspect of the universe. Interestingly, this theory also provides a potential explanation for certain aspects of reality. It suggests that our experience of reality is a result of quantum superposition collapse, the process where a quantum system transitions from multiple possible states to a single state. This could mean that our consciousness, by observing and interacting with the world, plays a key role in shaping our reality. Then there's the theory of relative reality, proposed by physicist Bernard d'Espagnat. This theory suggests that our perception of reality is not an accurate reflection of the universe, but rather a limited and subjective interpretation. It argues that while there is a true reality out there, it is fundamentally unknowable due to the limitations of our senses and the nature of quantum mechanics. The theory of relative reality forces us to confront the possibility that our understanding of the world might be fundamentally flawed. It suggests that our perception of reality is just one of an infinite number of possible interpretations, each as valid and real as the next. Both the quantum theory of consciousness and the theory of relative reality offer a unique perspective on the nature of consciousness and reality. However, it's important to remember that these theories are still being debated and researched. They represent our best attempts to understand these complex phenomena, but they do not provide definitive answers. So, where does this leave us? It leaves us in a world where consciousness and reality continue to be two of the most intriguing and elusive phenomena. It leaves us with the realization that our understanding of these phenomena is constantly evolving, shaped by new research and theories. These theories offer fascinating insights, but they still leave many questions unanswered. So, let's continue to question, to explore, and to wonder. For it is in this pursuit of understanding that we truly engage with the mystery of consciousness and reality. What remains to be explored in the field of consciousness and reality? Indeed, the realm of consciousness and reality is vast and deep, like an ocean that has yet to be fully charted. Despite the strides we've made in understanding these complex concepts, there are still many unanswered questions, and the path of future research is rife with possibilities. One of the most pressing unanswered questions is how exactly the physical processes in our brains give rise to the subjective experience of consciousness. We know that our brains are involved, but we don't yet know how the dance of neurons and synapses creates the symphony of thoughts, feelings, and awareness that we experience every moment of our lives. Another question that continues to baffle scientists is the hard problem of consciousness, a term coined by philosopher David Chalmers. It refers to the question of why and how physical processes in the brain are associated with conscious experience. While we have made progress in understanding the correlations between brain activity and consciousness, the causal relationship remains elusive. In the realm of reality, we grapple with questions related to perception and interpretation. How does our consciousness shape our perception of reality? And how does this perception, in turn, influence our consciousness? These are questions that future research needs to address. Looking towards the future, the field of quantum consciousness is one that holds promise. Some researchers believe that quantum mechanics, with its inherent uncertainty and interconnectedness, may hold the key to understanding consciousness. The study of artificial intelligence also presents fascinating possibilities. As we develop increasingly sophisticated AI, we may gain insights into consciousness by exploring whether and how these systems can achieve a form of it. If you're enjoying this content, don't forget to like and subscribe to our strangely mysterious channel. We delve into topics like these and more, seeking to illuminate the shadowy corners of understanding. As we continue to probe the depths of consciousness and reality, we can expect to encounter more questions than answers. But each question brings us one step closer to unraveling the enigma that is the human mind. Let's summarize what we have learned today. What have we learned about consciousness and reality? As we've delved deep into the labyrinth of consciousness, we've discovered that it's not just about being awake and responsive. It's about experience, subjectivity, the perception of the self and the world around us. It's a personal narrative, continuously written in the theater of our minds. Reality, on the other hand, isn't as subjective. It's the stage on which our consciousness performs, the objective world outside our minds. But we've also seen how our consciousness can influence our perception of this reality, painting it in different hues based on our thoughts, emotions, and experiences. The intersection of consciousness and reality is where things get truly mesmerizing. It's like a dance, a back and forth between the observer and the observed, each shaping the other in a never-ending ballet. Our consciousness not only perceives reality, but also shapes it, creating our unique, subjective reality. We've also touched on a range of theories that seek to explain the nature of consciousness and its interaction with reality. From the dualistic approach that sees consciousness and physical reality as separate, to the materialistic view that posits consciousness as a byproduct of physical processes, to the panpsychist perspective that suggests consciousness is a fundamental aspect of the universe. Each theory offers a unique lens through which we can view this intricate puzzle, and none has yet provided a comprehensive explanation. As for the future, the landscape is wide open. There are still many unanswered questions that beckon the curious and the brave. How does consciousness emerge from the brain? How does it interact with reality? What is its ultimate nature? As we continue to explore, we hope to unearth more mysteries and perhaps find some answers. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the fascinating world of consciousness and reality.